What is the product manager career path? Hi there, my name is Josh Vector, and I am the head of product for a software company called Squibbler, and I'm also a partner here at Product Manager HQ. Quick question here. Did you know that in 2020, Glassdoor ranked product management as the fourth best job in the United States? As you know, product management has become one of the most lucrative and in-demand professional jobs out there. That said, surprisingly enough, most people are unaware of the career path that this field can bring to those who choose to go down this road. In this video, I'm going to discuss just that. What is the product manager career path that prospective professionals in the field can work towards, as well as what career trajectory you can expect over the years as you grow in that field. But before I do that, make sure you subscribe to this channel to get direct notifications every time we post more instructive content just like this. Now let's go ahead and dive in. It's important to state here that there are no hard and steadfast path when it comes to the possibilities that a product manager can expect throughout their career. After all, the product manager professional is still fairly new. For that reason, it's still being developed as well. So people are trying to get a better understanding of all the different aspects of it. Consequently, product manager jobs have not been fully defined, meaning that you may find yourself being trained in new and emerging product management trends that will lead you down even more career possibilities than those that are normally associated with product managers. Generally speaking, however, when you look at the role of various product management jobs, you'll come across a number of titles, most of which differ based on slight differences in the individual responsibilities they uphold within the scope of product management. While we'll dive into more detail shortly, just to provide you an example of what I mean, let's talk a little bit about two common roles in product management, namely the product marketing lead and the product developer. Both are similar in the sense that they're both heavily involved in the process of product creation. However, the difference lies in the former, which is more concentrated on how the product is packaged and promoted, while the latter is more concerned about the actual process of making the product. Some of the differences we will see are as subtle as this or much more easy to discern. When you need to step into a field, you need to have certain imperative skills to make a decent career in product management. First of all, you should be able to manage cross-department tasks, as product managers often have to work closely with other organization departments, such as the engineering or analysis team. Secondly, it's also important to have top-notch communication skills. Communication skills help facilitate the exchange of information, knowledge, and develop relationships with others. Think of it this way. When you're introducing a product to the market, you need to communicate with your peers, stakeholders, and your customers. Needless to say, having a strong analytical ability is yet another important faculty that product managers need to develop. This will allow you to find solutions to common problems and make informed decisions about which action to take next. Now, this is very important in product management, especially when you need to analyze how your target customers respond to a particular product, be it in terms of updates or any changes you might release to make this product a bigger success. More importantly, people in the product management industry need to pay attention to detail. After all, the slightest thing can make or break the deal. If you're attentive in what you do, you'll be more effective in your role and thus reduce the margin for error. Having marketing knowledge and common business sense are plus points that can work in your favor if you want to dabble into different avenues of product management. These skills will help you in shaping and overseeing product management practices, which are undoubtedly key facets of any role you will fall under throughout your career path. As you make your way up the ladder, you'll discover how grounding your approach to product management with a business-oriented foundation will help you to naturally align business goals with how you handle given products. Now, let's group the most typical types of career opportunities into clear categories. Product management roles can be seen as either individual or leadership in nature. In an individual role, you'll only be responsible for what you do. Most careers in product management start out in the individual contributor role, where the product manager will spend a few years in various roles of increasing responsibility before having to decide if they want to make the leap to a more leadership role or not. Individual roles include any role that detracts from the group goals and emphasizes personal goals. For example, as a product lead or associate product manager, you're solely responsible for the success of your product rather than the alignment of the organization's goals as a whole. Yes, your success will contribute towards the organization's success as a unit, but you're not proactively devising strategies for it or interacting with major stakeholders. On the other hand, product leadership roles such as Director of Product, Group Product Manager, Chief Product Officer, or Vice President of Product all work on a larger scale. Since these positions are tied heavily to leadership, they have to set a vision for the whole organization. Plus, they need to take steps to maximize the growth of the company by engaging with customers, partners, and investors. It is also their responsibility to determine which team member excels at which task. That way, they can delegate the required individual contributor tasks to the appropriate person. People in these positions are responsible for the roadmaps for the whole organization. Now I'll go into detail about the roles of each person in the product management field, starting with the individual contributor roles. Let's kick things off starting at home base, which is none other than that of the standard product manager. Instead of planning or managing the company as a whole, a product manager is responsible for a single product. From setting the product vision to checking its market fit, a product manager is concerned with making that product a success, something which implies that they are categorized as individual roles, as their responsibilities are product restricted, not necessarily leadership related. That said, a business will consult with a product manager on the process, relationships, and tactical moves associated with the product. However, the product manager is still concerned almost exclusively with the product and nothing else. A product manager sets the direction for where the product is going and what it will deliver in the future. For example, Google's vision is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. This is not simply a tagline or a marketing statement, it is a culture that every person working at the company abides by. Setting a strategic vision requires a solid understanding of the business, the common company goals, and the customer's needs. This is where the product manager comes in. They create product roadmaps, in turn aligning understanding of roles, responsibilities, and tasks across departments. You need some experience to get into the spot, although it doesn't have to be in product management. Whatever professional expertise you have should reflect your collaboration and communication skills. These skills help product managers convey the results of the work they've done for the product. Product managers also inspire their peers to build strong partnerships in delivering excellent products and services. They also identify opportunities and research them to build a perspective on what we should be building. Finally, they align resources with prioritization to make sure everything goes smoothly. Now, let's take a look at another role in the product manager career path, which is that of the associate product manager. In terms of day-to-day work, associate product managers do everything a product manager does, but on a smaller scale. Thus, their role also comes under the individual contributor category, since they're working on an exclusive product rather than the overall company mission. An associate product manager's duties are centered more around product ideas and product roadmap planning versus product execution. Associate product managers may also have a smaller product portfolio than a product manager, but they will still be responsible for managing multiple product launches. What's more is they support different aspects of the company, such as sales enablement, which simply means providing the sales organization with the information, content, and tools that help salespeople sell more effectively. Therefore, as an associate product manager, you will take part in performing validation testing to improve products for their subsequent releases. Usually, people step into the role of an associate product manager by first working as a product marketing specialist or product content manager, or even as an intern position. As an entry level of the marketing team, your responsibilities will include everything from writing copy for ebooks, emails, and landing pages to creating social media graphics and infographics. From there, you'd usually branch off into the role of an associate product manager and gradually make your way up the ladder. Now let's go ahead and turn our attention to yet another role in the product manager career path, that of the product developer. This is not to be confused with product makers. Product developers lead a product line. Again, they're individual contributors in a company since they're not managing a broader team or making strategies for the entire organization. Instead, they're solely working on the product they're developing. They develop the roadmap for the product and analyze how profitable a certain product will be. At the same time, they also forecast the product's demand in the market, since this information is important for scaling production. Product developers don't necessarily have the product management skills an associate product manager has. For example, a product developer may not have expertise in product strategy and product roadmap planning, but will likely be working with a product manager on their product ideas and how to turn those ideas into products in a timely manner. Speed to market is a critical factor in success for product developers. After all, if your new product development process takes 5 years, but your competitor takes 2 years, it is likely that no matter how good your designs are, by the time you get to the market, you would have already been overshadowed by your competitor. Therefore, a good product developer doesn't only strategize the product's success, but also determines its market orientation and streamlines the speed of development and collaborates with the teams that are responsible for the next steps in the pipeline. Moving on, product lead engineering is another career path within product management, especially for those product managers who want to dabble into the tech side of things. Just like the previous opportunities mentioned, it is an individual contributor role because the engineer is responsible for finalizing product designs and testing prototypes to rule out any flaws. While lead engineers do coordinate with product development teams, they don't manage these teams. Instead, they merely work with them in their capacity as an individual contributor, being a liaison only where necessary so that they, meaning the lead engineer, can accomplish their own tasks to the best of their abilities, and not the other way around. Lead engineers work with product managers and determine the technical feasibility of products. They also work with product developers and decide which features should be added to new product releases or updates. A successful product lead engineer knows how to read user stories and understands the needs of target users. So you must be detail-oriented and have excellent analytical skills if you want to make your name as a lead engineer. Once a product is out in the market, someone has to analyze how well it's performing. That's what the product analytics manager does. It's easy to see why their role is of an individual contributor. They're not analyzing the organization's success as a whole. Their mere focus is the product and how well it's doing in the market. From performing competitive analysis to studying the different market intelligence sources, product analytics managers are in charge of developing effective product strategies for the future. A product analytics manager's job begins with competitive analysis. With today's high level of consumer competition, companies must figure out which products are winning the market share game and why this is happening. The best ways to do so is to analyze as much as possible about product performance, user interaction, user behavior, usability, and user engagement. Product analytics managers look closely at things like colors and materials to see what consumers respond to best. Another duty for a product analytics manager is market segmentation. This includes breaking down a target market by sex, age, or geography to find the best consumer fit and provide better service opportunities. With this increased knowledge of consumer needs comes another major sub-responsibility of a product analytics manager, which is marketing campaign optimization. Knowing where the biggest potential lays enables businesses to spend advertising money more effectively, which will ultimately lead to acquiring customers that have a higher customer lifetime value. Up next, let's take a look at the product marketing manager role. Product marketing managers work closely with sales and analytics teams. However, every member in the team has an individual contributor role since they do not manage or supervise each other's tasks. A product marketing manager develops a strong selling message for the product and creates everything from brochures and descriptions to explaining guides. A product marketer is not a salesperson or product specialist, but rather an expert who sells the product concept to others. Product marketing managers are ultimately in charge of product success during development phases and help manage the product lifecycle from idea to termination. Product marketer responsibilities can be categorized into 3 areas. 1, managing client relationships. 2, creating advertising strategies. And 3, addressing concerns about product performance. The main responsibility of a product marketer is to market innovative, attractive products that consumers want. This requires intensive market research so that you can focus on real consumer needs for your business's products. Second, they need to promote the product through the distribution of press releases to journalists and bloggers within the target market segment. And finally, product marketing managers measure product performance in the market and address any concerns that follow a product's release. Now, let's take a look at leadership roles and how they differ from the individual contributor roles. First off, I'll talk about the Director of Product, or DOP for short. A DOP works directly with senior management to identify product goals and product strategies. A Director of Product Management also researches market trends and competitors to identify best practices and new product ideas that will subsequently benefit the whole organization and create individual contributor roles for people working on the lower levels. As a director of product, you should have excellent written and verbal communication skills, experience presenting to the executive leadership, and the ability to build and trust a team to do the work you previously did as a sole contributor. You will work with engineering and marketing teams while turning product strategies into prototypes that can then become the next big product. Your communication skills will come in handy for engaging with customers and partners, since you will represent Salesforce with customers and partners, since you will be representing products as a domain and product expert at customer interactions. Along with fulfilling their own roles, product directors also mentor the rest of the team. A part of your job is to look for particular strengths of each team member and help enhance them. Moving on up the ladder, let us now take a look at the role of a Chief Product Officer, or CPO for short. In your capacity as a CPO, you're setting the aspirational product goals to inspire and push your team. Therefore, you will be in a leadership position, since you're mentoring product managers and advocating for all your company's products rather than working on one. In organizations that have several VPs, the Chief Product Officer overlooks all of them. Thus, it's a leadership role that requires the supervision of those working under you. To reach this level, you must have professional experience of up to 10 years in product management. Your job is to manage existing products and create new product lines while formulating pricing for each product. You also need to act as a product advocator in press activities, conferences, and discussion sessions with thought leaders and market analysts. While doing all of this, Chief Product Officers also have to work with other teams, such as operations, finance, marketing, and engineering. In short, Chief Product Officers work with all the teams shown in the diagram on your screen. They work with the finance department to upsell or cross-sell the product, while helping engineering teams drive innovation and the sales teams set workable pricing. In some companies, the Vice President of Product is the highest job title in the hierarchy. At this point, you will be less involved with hands-on individual activities like product development. Instead, you will be in a leadership role, setting the vision for the whole organization and aligning strategies for the subsequent growth of the company as a whole rather than solely yourself. There might be more than one VP of product in a large organization, depending on the number of product lines. Whether there's one VP or several, this role is a high-level support resource for the product organization. It's responsible for the entire product strategy and how it fits into the organization's vision. That's why almost all VPs need more than 10 years of experience in product management. They must have also worked with engineers and at least have over 5 years of experience leading and managing developers and product managers. A VP's responsibilities include protecting the product team from infighting and internal politics, budgeting for the company, ensuring that strategic product decisions align with business objectives, and much more. They must empower the team to deliver the roadmap for long-term scaling. Your career in the product management industry is not as straightforward as you may think. While you can take a straight route and start from the associate product manager position, then going up to the chief product officer, it's also possible to go from one role to another as your interests change. If you think you can handle the responsibility, you may consider an entrepreneurial role, such as starting your own company. 27% of product managers plan to start their own companies as their 10-year career plan. But if product management isn't your cup of tea, there's no harm in leaving it either, since the skills you acquired in the field will also be beneficial in many other industries. If you're looking to better your career in product management and looking to move up the ladder faster, I recommend checking out some of PMHQ's certification courses on product management. We have ones for new product managers, ones for people who want to become more technical in their product management job, as well as people who want to become product owners. So we have a wide range of certification courses that could really level up your game, that cover everything from wireframing, prototyping, conducting usability tests, creating a product roadmap, and much more. To end today's session, I've got a challenge for you. Can you name 3 product management job titles? Type your answer in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of the next video from our channel so you can keep up with everything product management. And with that said, I wish you the best of luck in your product management career journey, and I can't wait to see what type of products that you build. And we'll rock and roll from there. Cheers.